Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome back to another episode of the Keel Podcast. I'm your host, as always, Alex Keel. Alongside me, the insider of the insiders.
Hold on, before you say that, Austin Matthews is Maple Leaf.
Yes, he is. So is John Tavares. Alongside me, the insider of the insiders, Tyler Keel.
Hello, everybody. So, Leafs just scored. By the way, I should mention this right now. The Leafs game's still going on over here. We got this on the TV right now.
So, if we have a nitwit ADD person in the room that just decides to go, oh, don't go, it's probably because Frederick Anderson.
You weren't there when Ron Hainsey was on the ice against the Radulov line. That thing was scary. Hainsey was standing like
Radulov by himself is scary. He's a good player.
Ben and Sagan, help!
Oh.
Help! Well, that's why we just saw
help.
Dermott.
Not just anybody. Well, anybody but Hainsey in this situation.
Please help me.
Okay,
we're not even trying. That's just gonna be.
Well, that's enough of that.
Well, enough of that.
So let's get into this real quick.
We're 1 week into the season, and a lot's happened.
Especially with injuries. So, former first ballot Hall of Famer, former franchise player of the Toronto Maple Leafs, James Van Riemsdyk, is out 5 to 6 weeks with a lower body injury.
So this happened on Saturday against Colorado, and the speculation is the fact that he blocked a couple of shots. By the way, first period's over. Leafs are up 2-1. He blocked a couple shots in that first period and didn't return for this. It didn't even come out. So there's an lower body because he blocked shots. And I guess he's saying something with the knee. Nothing's for sure. Nothing's really been revealed since then. Or maybe I got to add one to this. It's not good because that first game, JVR and Wayne Simmons, they're on the same line together.
Oh my goodness!
Dude, help!
That's a highlight package in itself.
It was just.
First half of the season in review, Wayne Simmons and JVR.
What could have been, you mean?
Well, he's only got 5 to 6 weeks, so he's still fine.
So he'll have plenty of time. But I'm just like, I'm indifferent about it. I hope he comes back because the Flyers really need him. That's why they got him. You don't go out and get $7.5 million or 5 years, $7 million. Yes. Or is it 5-7?
I'll check.
Cap friendly, please. You don't want to spend that kind of money in that much term for a guy that is not going to play, and that's just unfortunate because he's kind of I don't want to say rejuvenated because he was doing really well with Toronto, but now he's going back home to Philly. Everyone's welcoming him back in, even though he only played there a couple of years. Everyone's like, "Yeah, welcome back, man. It's going to be great." And there was a lot of expectations for Philly, and right now they're not doing so well against San Jose, but.
He is 7 by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. 7 by 5.
7 by 5. So
$7 million, 5 years. Not 5 years, 7 million. Well, yes. Why'd I just... Needless to say, that's obviously a key player that you don't want out of your lineup with what he can do in front of the net. Obviously, he's good on the power play. He can play on the penalty kill sometimes. I wouldn't depend on him for it. But also, he's just a solid 5-on-5 player too. He's one of those players. He's not really a pest, but you have to keep your eye on him.
He's a guy that's roaming the front of the net and pretty much just doing his job that he's always done the last few years with Leafs. Stand in front, tip shots, and make it hard for the goaltender to see. Almost.
And he's a thick boy.
Imagine a skillful Thomas Holmstrom. That's literally what he is.
Thomas Holmstrom was skilled. How dare you? Okay, we're not getting into this.
Anyways.
But!
Moving on.
Going back to the back end, Jonathan Quick is week to week, as we can say right now, with a lower body injury, just like JVR.
Correct.
As who reported this by chance?
This was reported... I saw it on NHL.com.
Okay, so let's just say NHL.
I saw it on Sportsnet, and then I researched it a little bit.
So he got hurt in practice, is what we're hearing.
Pretty much what happened was, I guess more or less, he may have pulled a groin or something like that.
But goalies always
remember
do
he had
that
groin injury a couple years ago that kept him out the entire season, Alex.
Well, yeah,
And that could have been re-aggravated.
It's one of the most common goalie injuries, especially nowadays where...
Well, just say lower body. Yeah, that's all you got to do is say lower body.
Right. I'm just... Especially with more and more goalies are straying away from the more flatlined butterfly technique. Almost every goalie...
What do you mean, like super splits?
Like basic.
Well, no, because
goalie, when you learn... Like, when you're learning to play goalie, you go down into a butterfly, right?
Correct.
Exactly. So you see more, especially at the NHL level... You gotta be a hybrid goalie. You can't be a butterfly tendy anymore.
Oh, like a drop. You're talking about okay. Sorry.
Like drop to your knees and
be careful when you start talking styles with me. Because I'm about to learn you something.
Don't get me wrong. Butterfly goalies, they are successful.
But you're thinking of the straight like Patrick Waugh, John Sebastian Garrett drop down block. Old James Reimer.
Correct.
Correct. And so
more and more goalies are straying away from that, and they have to do the hybrid style.
And it's kind of like going backwards the way they said like the 80s and 90s they were playing hybrid, but now the goaltenders are so gosh darn athletic, you have to be flexible, and it's easy to pull something like this nowadays. So it's just, I mean, there's only a few goalies out there like that do just the basic drop down butterfly. Even goaltenders try to learn, but oh man, I'm gonna miss the quiz. Oh well. It stinks because LA, I don't say they have expectations, but they have Kovalchuk, and they're supposed to do better than they did last year. But now you're going to have Jack Campbell and I think Peter Budaj are your two goaltenders now. Jack Campbell has and will not fulfill the potential he built for himself while playing for the World Junior team.
Now,
the American World Junior team. Peter Budaj has been a perennial backup, can never be a starter. We learned this.
No, he can't start.
He could never be a full-blown starter. He can play 2 or 3 in a row, maybe. But
he's one of the goalies that if you had, I don't want to say 2 backups, but 2 fringe NHL starters, and
I don't think they have either of those. I don't think they have either of those. They're not. They're not fringe NHL starters.
No, they're straight backup goalies, and that's,
exactly.
And Los Angeles is just one of those teams where
you're going to have to play.
They suffer. Well, they're New York, Montreal, big name goalies with a lot of talent that you have to depend on.
Well, right now Montreal is doing all right. Right now,
okay, for now they're doing good. But I'm saying historically, if Carey Price last year, the year before, if he got hurt, you're gonna be okay, but you're not gonna do great. Los Angeles right now, they're not gonna fall off the face of the earth because they have talent besides goalies. They're not gonna do.
They're gonna
so
have
hot.
That back end's gonna have to really hold on now. And the offense is going to have to carry the team. Here's the problem. They don't have the speed to do it.
No, especially when you got Dion Phaneuf back there.
No, exactly not. Remind me. Sorry, they just pulled it up. Can we talk about the Kane celebration from Sunday's game?
You mean the Austin Matthews / Kane celebration?
No, the Carolina Hurricane celebration where they all skate. We'll get into that later. I'll show it to you. I'll pull it up before we'll talk about the next thing.
Okay.
Next order of business.
Another person out with a lower body injury who's also a goalie.
Roberto Luongo. So Saturday, first game of the season for Florida. We'll talk about this game later because I have a couple good points on it. Second period's going on. Roberto Luongo is hugging his post. He's playing phenomenal. Like Florida. We'll get into the game later, like I said.
He's in proper Luongo form.
He was in proper Luongo form because Luongo, like I said, he found the fountain of youth in Florida. And he's been chugging out of that thing for years now.
Do you think he sends bottles to Fleury?
The way Fleury played against Buffalo yesterday, I don't think so.
Okay. just check it. Just check it.
I don't think so. But he's on the post, hugging the post like reverse VH is what us goaltenders call it. He's got his right leg kind of extended, and his own defenseman falls on top of him.
Oh, that's naughty.
Oh, you saw it.
I just saw it.
Okay, it's the best part is it could have been a lot worse. It's only 2 to 4 weeks.
From somebody that's had knee problems before and knee injuries, like currently I'm milking one right now. Well, not milking one, but I'm
You're milking it. Yeah, you're right now.
I'm it's there. That's not good. I'm telling you right now, that's a blown meniscus.
Well, no, it's only 2 to 4. He says he's fine. That's the thing. That's the word coming out is that he's gonna take a few weeks off. So Reims will start for a little bit, which I'm cool with because I'm always happy when James starts. But it's when you get to that age and you have injuries like that. Because remember, he's had groin issues before, and it keeps happening. Like I said, he's got to find he must have found the fountain of youth or something.
Well, groin's one thing.
But at his age, though.
I think more than anything, the more troubling thing would be from the joints. If he has a shoulder injury.
Especially his knee. Well,
so with players, you're getting more of a shoulder injuries, maybe elbows, wrists, something like that. Goalies, knees, ankles, hips. Knees, ankles, hips.
You're talking to me here.
Exactly.
Trust me, I know exactly what you're saying. So
somebody that has to still stretch like he's a goalie, that way he can function.
Yeah, well, I know. I try. I can definitely tell you since I stopped playing, everything's just kind of like, all right, we can rest now. Just clench.
All right, let's tighten everything up, boys.
Get the ratchets in there. Yeah, that's pretty much what's going on.
Muscle spanks, boys.
Oh man, jeez, we need to get a hot tub. Find a hot tub, hot tub, jacuzzi, the whole 9 yards.
Patrick Marleau would disagree with you. Ice baths, boys. Ice baths.
Hey, when I was playing, if I was still playing, I'd be an ice bath. But now
maybe that's the fountain of youth. It's an ice bath.
You're right. So you're telling me Luongo
food for thought.
Luongo just sat in the ice tub for 12 hours. Like, yep, I'll be good in a couple weeks. Torn meniscus? Nah, it's frozen now.
Yes.
It's stuck there now, boys.
It's stuck.
12-hour ice bath.
I'll just keep it back, boys.
So you're telling me Corey Perry, all he had to do was sit in an ice bath for a day and he'd be fine? Yep. All right.
Corey Perry would have to.
He tore his MCL. And
yeah, he'd be in there for a little while.
News today, not breaking news.
Another goalie.
Matt Murray suffered a concussion in practice today. Another concussion for Matt Murray. He had one, was it last year? Or no, it was a shoulder. He took a high shot from shoulder last year from Olli Maatta in practice. This ain't good because
in practice.
And you know what? Like I said, when you're in practice, it happens, and there's not much you can do. A guy coming down the wing trying to take a high shot, bad angle. You try to go for the corner, but you miss a little bit. Guess what? Your head's there. Players can't control it. Yes. Now there's a lot of goaltenders that will lose their minds over it. I never did because I understood it's part of the game. I'm that way. I'm the person that takes a lot of crap, a lot of flack, and goes on with it.
And you're also the person that's got hit in the head a lot.
That's why I'm saying.
We're kind of keeping a close eye on you.
Well, I'm telling you.
If you fall over somehow someday and we're like, well, that's it. He's done.
There's no
had a brain aneurysm.
Do not resuscitate because it's pointless.
Got to farm the organs.
But here's the problem with it. That's just, I can't. Like I said, I haven't seen any footage for it, but that's just unfortunate. Because listen, I remember they had the issue last year. They had to run with Murray for a little bit. And with the way Pittsburgh is, you can rely on your talent up front for a little bit. There is no timetable right now for it. And the way the concussion is, we don't know the severity of it. We don't know what kind of symptoms he'll continue onward because it may take a while. Now, I'm not saying this is Corey Crawford, but if it turns into Corey Crawford, Pittsburgh is looking to make a move somehow because you're not going to rely on Tristan Jarry and Casey DeSmith to be your goaltenders.
Especially not for the first half of the season.
For the entire season. Like, don't get me wrong, Casey DeSmith's
Sidney Crosby was out for when he got the one concussion. He was out for the entire season.
Well, they still were able to make the playoffs because they still have the talent. But
I'm
saying goaltending is different because Fleury was actually still pretty well decent back then.
Yes.
But now you have Jarry, who's not a starter. You have Casey DeSmith, who's a good American League goaltender who can kind of play in the NHL, but you can't ask him to start 35 games.
I'm sorry. I cut you off there.
Right now, Pittsburgh, they need Matt Murray. Well, back when they had Fleury, of course, they knew they would never been able to have Fleury and Murray, which is obviously that's the reason why Matt Glenny's gone. But that's another story. They knew they're going to run into this problem if anyone ever got hurt. So that's why they're going to just have to, up front, the same thing with Jonathan Quick in LA, they're going to have to rely on everyone in front of them. They're going to have to play, they're going to have to score a lot, and they're going to ask more a lot of their defense because I don't think Tristan Jarry and Casey DeSmith can steal games the same way Matt Murray can. You got something, or?
Oh, no, I'm not getting any hockey news. I'm just work.
Okay.
Trying to shake my chest, but it's not working.
You don't have chest, bud. You skip chest day.
I do not skip chest day.
Oh, buddy.
Okay. TV timeout. Dip. For those of you listening at home and not watching on YouTube, first of all, you should listen to us on YouTube and watch us on YouTube because we're actually pretty funny. And everything that we do on the screen and not with the mics, you never know. If you want to know what I just did, make sure to go watch us on YouTube at The Keel Podcast on YouTube. Thank you very much. Damn. Table 7, getting dry. Timon.
You totally skipped test.
No, I don't!
So we just got to move on here because obviously it's a late night here.
Yeah. So out of the three goalies we talked about, Los Angeles, you're hurting because you got Quick out.
You don't have anybody.
Florida, you're okay because you still got Reimer.
And you have a great team in front of you.
Yes, you do. Pittsburgh, you're
Hope
for the best.
You'll survive.
Just hope that it's less than half the season.
Colorado's getting busted.
ADD, let's go.
Oh,
You've got ADD. I have ADD in high definition. For those that are not with the joke, it's ADHD because it's HD high definition.
Joe Thornton.
It's over.
Father Time is catching.
It's over.
So Thornton's put on IR for an indefinite amount of time. Apparently, there's swelling in his right knee. It's the same knee that he had surgery on this past summer, and they're saying that it could be a possible infection from that surgery. And I was following Kevin Cruz from the Athletic Bay Area. One of the things he said is that it was the same kind of infection that ended Rafi Torres' career. Now, granted, Rafi Torres wasn't going to play anyways because
still
his game was way past its time.
Nevertheless,
Joe Thornton, I you don't know what to do with this.
When Patrick Marleau left San Jose, it was only a matter of time.
Well, you didn't expect this to happen. He was going to play. He was going to keep.
Well, he was going to play, but
sure, he'd lost a step with the 2 knee surgeries, but this is obviously really almost putting the nail in the coffin. And just watch the fact that we said this now, Alex, is now it's going to turn into, well, he's going to become, 35, 45 point guy, make $2 million.
No, he's
play
not.
5 more years.
No, he's not. But
he'll get 35, 25 points, or 35, 45 points.
Okay, points, mostly assists.
Well, yes, well, he's a playmaker.
Or secondary assists. But here's what I'll say.
You give the puck to Hurdle, he'll take it down the wing, he'll pass it in front to Evander Kane, they score. If I'm a San Jose fan,
but think about this. Before we move on, when you were talking about San Jose, when you're talking about the old guys, it was guys.
San Jose's whipping Philly right now, by the way, 5-1.
Good. It was Patrick Marleau and Joe Thornton. Those two went hand in hand.
Couture.
Exactly. All these old
Brent
guys.
Burns with half the beard he has now.
Okay, he's not old.
I'm saying like the core you're trying to speak of.
No, I'm talking about the old guys, and I'm not talking about like people that have been there. I'm talking about just general like age wise. Right. It was Patrick Marleau and Joe Thornton. When you take one out of the picture, it's just one guy, and the spotlight of the old guys goes on to one guy.
Well, that's why I think now you get Carlson there. You have someone else take the spotlight off him, and so now. Right now, San Jose.
Well, of course, the spotlight's going to be on Carlson.
I don't want to say they're reeling because they got the win opening night against LA, if I'm not mistaken.
Who were we talking about? Reeling?
San Jose.
Oh,
they'll be fine, and they'll come back around.
They don't need Thornton. Let's be honest. He's there for moral support.
Yeah, I know, and I don't want it to end this way.
He's an old guy with a beard,
and
he is Father Time.
I don't want his career to end like this. Same way I didn't want Rick Nash's career to end with a back injury. You see the reports coming out today that Rick Nash may retire.
Well, yeah.
And
I mean, it's the same way with Zetterberg. You don't.
It was his back, yeah, exactly. Well, don't forget, Rick Nash, the first decade of his career was spent carrying Columbus around.
Yeah.
And so, that's just a real bummer, because I know...
Then he left, and then they got good.
Well, the stuff they got, I mean, they had Broussard, and they did really well.
So you're telling me it was Rick Nash's fault they sucked?
Well, Rick Nash...
It's kind of like Connor McDavid.
Okay, that's never going to happen.
TV timeout. If Connor McDavid left Edmonton, do you think they'd be better?
First of all, what team has to give up half their team to afford that?
Ottawa. We gave up half our team to get rid of Carlson. Let's give up the other half to get Connor McDavid. Let's go.
So when is Eugene Melnick going to take over general manager and pull that kind of move? Hey, you know what? Mark Borwicki, I just traded him. He's excited to go to Edmonton because you want to know why? Everyone's gonna be excited because we got
fans are excited. Sponsors are excited.
Brian 5 or 6 is excited.
Carlson, they're talking about the Ottawa Senators. They haven't mentioned the Ottawa Senators. Ottawa, Canada.
I should have gotten a shirt.
You don't need a shirt.
I'm already getting the.
Save your money.
I do have a Spot A shirt coming in.
Spotted?
Spot A. I gotta get a Spot A. I'm gonna email Chris. I'm gonna straight up email Chris. Chris, when's the lacrosse schedule coming out?
Talking about spa days and things that are related to the SBA, that was related to the ACC, that is related to the Toronto Maple Leafs, that was related to the Toronto Maple Leafs because he used to be working there. Let's talk about Lou Lamoriello and the New York Islanders.
Oh, I was about to say, like,
Sunday! Yes, sir!
I was like, how are you gonna get this? I'm like, okay, he's gonna make a Islanders reference here. I'm like, John Tavares? No, Lou Lamoriello. Okay.
Just gotta send it like an evangelist. Yeah!
So, less than 9,000 people yesterday witnessed Robin Lehner's first win as an Islander. A shutout, if I'm not mistaken. Let me just make sure of that. I just want to make sure my stats are correct. Yes, shutout against San Jose Sharks yesterday. And San Jose Sharks that probably came in a little PO'd against Philadelphia. It was a Columbus Day. Okay.
Indigenous Peoples Day.
Canadian Thanksgiving game for the Sharks and Islanders. So, two things considered in fact. One, it's an afternoon game on a Monday. Some people still worked. Stop.
Oh, come on.
So, granted, you can see why the numbers would be low. But even when the Leafs had that the 1 o'clock game last year, the Centennial game,
okay,
that place was packed.
Now, I'm just saying.
Yes, the Leafs and Islanders, two different things. Yes.
They're two different things because the Leafs just...
It's the Leafs.
It's the Leafs.
Right.
And second of all, that game, even though it was a matinee game, it was, in the words of people with spray tans, huge. It was huge.
Hey, they whooped your canes pretty good there, buddy. Scott Darling had himself a day, afternoon, whatever. He probably slept early. 9,000 people, though. Come on, dude.
It's a Monday.
Boston can fill up more than that.
Dude.
But here's the thing, Alex. You know the Islanders are still one of the lowest attended teams ever. Or like the recent memory. And this is since they moved to Brooklyn.
Not to mention they don't have Tavares anymore.
Right, so there's not a whole lot of hope for this team.
Who's the star power there?
Matthew Barzal's got potential.
Yeah. You can't put all your money in prospects.
Except for the Leafs.
Well, even with the Leafs, they still have Kadri. They still have Freddie. If you check out Matthews
I'm going to have to watch
and other people that we were not going to talk about because we agreed last week that we will never talk about them until certain thing happens.
And what was the thing we agreed not to talk about? I forgot, there was something on your end. It wasn't the Canes, was it?
It was something related to the Canes. That was related to the thing that we should not be talking about.
Gotcha.
It was the Canes and signing of said person. He who shall not be named.
Oh, right, you couldn't mention him. Okay, so pretty much can't mention Nylander.
Hey! Oh! Okay!
No, we're going to get your...
I'm cashing in!
We're going to get your Canes.
Where's my briefcase? I'm cashing in!
He's got the money! He's got the money in the bank! No, God! Going after him! He's got it! Okay, we'll get to your Canes in a second.
5 rounds of Timmy's off the tab. That's how it's done.
5 rounds. Exactly. We're back to... You still owe me 5.
No, I'm down to 4.
Oh, okay, 4, whatever. I'm hoping that if they play back and they do move closer back to the island, like the Long Island they're supposed to, that they're going to do this season, it's going to bring more in. Because let's be honest, since they moved, Alex, it hasn't been good.
We've talked about this before on the show. It's a whole cluster F word, you know?
I know, and it's dumb, and I'm glad that they're trying to put something near Belmont Stakes, which is good, because that's the area where there's a lot of Islanders fans that have grown up as Islanders fans. No one's going to make the trip into Brooklyn, because it's a pain in the butt. It's a 45-minute train ride to get in there. It's an hour and a half to get back, riding the drunk train back. So...
I just don't like that idea.
What, riding the drunk train back?
Well, first of all, you should never do that. And second of all, putting a hockey arena next to Belmont Stakes.
No, it's on the island I'm talking about. It's on the island. That's the point. That's why you're trying to go there.
I know,
because
but...
if they wanted to go back to Nassau, they're going to have to completely destroy the building and build it again.
But you see, Nassau was made in an era where things weren't meant to break. So
it's crumbling, though.
We've talked about it. It's going to be like the Silverdome. It'll crumble down to the bottom. If you try to blow it up... All right, go again.
Take 2.
We can't go. It's an unstable environment. Well, how are we gonna put it down?
Well, we tried blowing it up and it didn't work. Keep playing.
Lamoureux's just gonna walk up there with a sledgehammer. I already got this guy.
No, he's gonna grab his he'll be like, Donnie, Tino, take it.
Well, he is back in the New York area. He's not with Jersey. He's not a good fella anymore.
Alex, quickly copy and paste the link I put on for you.
Yes.
So when the Canes won against the Rangers on Sunday, if I'm not mistaken, was it Sunday?
Sunday.
Yes, October the 8th. So yes, Sunday. They kind of had this unique celebration. Alex is watching it right now. I don't think he's ever seen it. If you haven't seen it yet, look it up. Canes win a game, and they win 8-5 in a ridiculous game. And there's something that Carolina's got this youth to them, and they're trying to bring everyone bring some excitement. So what they do, well, I'll try to remember to post the link on the description below. They get everyone lined up on the blue and start clapping to DJ Khaled's song. Everybody's hands go up. They're just clapping to it, whatever. They're having a good time. And then Justin Williams, are you there yet? So
that's beautiful. I love that.
So he rallies them down. They all skate down from their far blue line and jump into the end glass.
I love that.
It's awesome, dude.
This is my team. This is my team. I go Canes, the Crusades, baby. We're going to the backboards. Go behind the net. Get in there. Go Canes. McElhaney, Mrazek. We're sending it.
Well, I want to know if they did it because they're 3 minutes away from possibly doing it again because they're up 5-3 in Vancouver right now. Sveshnikov. First of all, congratulations.
Mother Nature thought you could drown him out. Just rile him up. Let's go.
Congratulations to Andrei Sveshnikov, first ever player born in the year 2000 to score an NHL goal. I am old as dirt.
Dude.
I feel bad. I feel old.
Okay, stop touching my foot.
I need my feet to be extended, but that's what this league needs, man. Like I said, Matthews and Kane selling back to each other, having a good time. The Canes jumping in the glass. This is what the league needs, man. I'm glad I'm seeing this.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I am a little old-fashioned with some things in this game you've seen before.
This ain't baseball.
And that's what I'm saying. I'm glad, and well, that's why baseball. They're having like a thing too. You see all the guys when they get a double or a big hit in the game, they're all riled up. They got their gold chains wearing.
That was unnecessary. You should be. This is baseball. You got to get down there. You know what? You know all the people that are
let the kids play. That's their thing.
Let the kids play. Look at these guys going and doing that. Isn't it? Don Cherry's gonna have a hoot over this
because it happened the day after.
Hoot.
You know what? Here's the thing. Given that it happened on a Sunday, I'm pretty sure he'd forget about it by Saturday.
Oh yeah,
probably.
He already forgot about it.
But
they're gonna have to bring it up.
But it's so cool.
Hey Don, remember when this happened? Oh, look at those boys. Look at those good boys. They're just having a good time.
Because they're not showing anyone up. They won a game. They're happy. The crowd was excited.
They could choose.
I love that, man.
They could choose a better song.
Yeah, because doesn't Detroit still do that?
Almost every
Detroit
almost
does that.
Every team, whenever they win, they have the
DJ Khaled song.
All I do is win, no matter what.
Yeah, that's
got money on my mind, I can never get it. Ludacris is in that song.
Yeah, because he does a little rap.
Luda! Just in case you didn't know he was there, he's just going to scream his name.
Ludacris.
Or at least the first half is.
At least it's not like wherever 2 Chainz comes into any song. 2 Chainz! Every
Fun
song.
fact, he does feel obligated to wear more than one chain at all times.
I wonder why. His name is 2 Chainz.
2 Chainz.
Can you imagine 1 chain? America man, 1 chain. What? 1 chain.
He's 2 Chainz on a budget.
Sorry.
That's when he marries some like hot broad and doesn't get a prenup. Then he becomes 1 Chain.
Well, Young MC is still Young MC. He's not MC anymore. Remember Young MC? Busted
Yes.
Yeah, he's still MC. And Vanilla Ice, still Vanilla Ice. He's pretty tan.
He's still white.
Yes.
Needless to say.
He's got damn white boy moves. Like I do.
So, like Vanilla Ice, the Selly of the Carolina Hurricanes.
Well, you know what? It's kind of similar. Remember the Islanders started...
Was lit!
You said it.
You gotta get hit, boy!
Well, remember what the Islanders used to do? Like, I don't know if they still do it, because I don't know if any fans do it anymore.
No, I don't pay attention to the Islanders. What do they do?
When they score, they always do the yes chant. And then when the Islanders won a game, they do the yes chant with the crowd or whatever at the end of the game. So it's they kind of started it, but then they kind of sort of... Yeah, you know. And it was cool.
Oh my God. Tyler.
What?
Daniel Bryan is from Washington. A hockey team is coming to Washington.
So?
Do you know how many times they're going to play his theme song in a night?
Oh, I'd probably...
They're going to play it before the game. During the game. First intermission. Second period. Second intermission.
Alex, they're probably going to play...
Third period.
Alex,
and if they win, after the game.
They'll probably play it when they come out, because it's the entrance song. For those that don't know what we're talking about, Daniel Bryan's a wrestler. He's from Aberdeen, Washington. Big Seahawks
Where are you
fan.
coming? You are, by the way. Shout out to Nirvana.
You mean whoever's left?
Yeah, big toe on the trigger there, Bob. You didn't miss there, eh, bud?
Dad's gonna hear this and he's like, "That's not how it happened. Let me tell you." Okay, moving on from sad things. There were a couple really interesting games on Saturday I want to talk about. I'm going to talk about the Florida game first, because we talked about Luongo getting hurt. So, Roberto Luongo gets hurt in the second period. He was playing, and Florida, despite only being up 1-0, were Florida, this team that we said that's going to probably be the fourth best team in the Atlantic, went up against the team that everyone's picking to be the best team in the Atlantic. And
Playoff contender. Florida.
Made them look bad. Like, pretty bad. And this was in Tampa, too. It was in Tampa. They went into their barn, even though it's a little south. Kill it. Oh, yeah. Oh, it happened near me. Anyways, I was watching the highlights back, and I saw that Arizona's getting it. Like, last year was kind of weird because they had...
Arizona?
Florida. So,
come on!
Southern Belt team have said, Florida, they just looked like they were doing everything right.
Yeah.
They were doing their job. They played well. They lose 2-1 in a shootout because James Reimer got screwed on a shootout. What were the final?
No goalie gets screwed on a shootout. You get beat.
I want to see here. Just want to make sure I have my stats right on this one.
While you're doing that.
They outshot. I'll get the shots here. I click box score. Where the heck is it?
Well, I'm just saying, while you're pulling that up, I think, personally...
43-29 were the shots in favor of Florida.
Mm-hmm.
They outplayed them the entire game. Tampa never had a chance in that game. They get one lucky goal off a weird bounce that James Reimer got hung out to dry, and then a weird one in the shootout. What?
No, just keep talking.
Oh, a weird one in the shootout goes James makes a save on his blocker, but then tips back in, and son of a nutcracker, they score. Sagan, of course, Sagan. Oh, you're pulling up.
Keep talking.
Well, they play him, and it wasn't like Tampa really. Tampa had a couple good scoring chances, but Florida, if it wasn't for Vasilevsky, Tampa loses like 3-0.
Now, you brought up his name. How many points did shots did Florida put up?
43.
43, okay?
We have a big calculator here. Can you see it?
For those of you that are listening at home, once again, go watch us on YouTube. That way you can get these gimmicks.
And you can zoom in.
Okay, so how many did Tampa shoot?
29, Alex.
29. Okay. Let's equal that out. Full 72.
72 shots.
Okay. Now, if you add in all the goalies that don't have goalie numbers...
98?
Hold on. And then you divide that by 3, okay? You get 56.6 repeating, right?
And Why do you get 98 goaltenders that don't have proper goalie numbers?
Okay. And then if you add, 32, which is a goalie number, you get 88! Vasilevsky! Bush League softball fist fight! Goalies! Not all of you are going to be Vasilevsky. So, I beg of you, of all the things to be old-fashioned with, pick a goalie number!
For some reason, Alex has a problem with the
29, 30, 31, 32, 34, 35.
33.
No.
Patrick
That's
Waugh.
a player number.
Patrick Waugh.
Don't care. Player
Cam Talbot.
number. Player number. 39, 40 and 41.
37, Olaf Kolzig.
Nope. Still player number.
50, Jonas Gustafsson.
That's a player number. Too high. You're above 41. No.
20, Ed Belfour.
Oh, I was talking like and above, like 30 and above.
Oh, okay. Because 25, remember Martin Persick?
Well, if we're going all the way back, we could talk number 1. That's a goalie number right there.
Number 2, Peter Mrazek wore that in the World Juniors.
That's a player number. That's a defenseman number.
I got it. Nope, missed it.
Needless to say,
you have the same problem with Vasilevsky wearing 88 that you do have the Chicago Blackhawks national anthem.
it's stupid. You stand there, silent or singing. That's it. None of this. Oh yeah, America. Let's go Hawks, baby. Another cup coming our way.
I don't understand what your problem is.
Patrick Kane for
I
the
don't understand
win.
what your problem is with it.
Sean, oh my goodness. Hey, Taves, get your American citizenship. You're going for President Big Shoes. Let's go. Yeah. All the anthems over. Okay.
And now we have to watch. And now we have to watch the Hawks play.
And now that the game's on, let's just.
It's tradition. Something they've done for them. Holy shnikes. Tell me Dalton Sagan scored.
The Chicago Blackhawks get a penalty. That was very well called, and it was very well documented.
Boo!
5 seconds pass.
Anyways.
Needless to say, it's Bush League.
Yeah.
88 as a goalie number, and the Chicago Blackhawks.
Arizona, on that same Saturday night, going back to where I was going with this, took on the Anaheim Ducks. And dear Lord, do the Ducks look old?
They won, though.
Do they look old?
They
do they
won,
look
though.
bad?
They won, though.
You're right, they did win. Because of John Gibson. John Gibson looking like...
Gibby.
He all of a sudden, he looks like a guy that can play... He's worth $6 million.
He needs to.
Holy cow. Like, and here's the thing about Arizona. I think it's because he brought back their sweaters. The Cheka sweaters. What's it called?
Eggplant.
No. Arizona, not Anaheim.
Oh, you mean the
Shishka? I forgot what it's called. The Jeremy Roenick sweaters. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes. Why don't you just say the Jeremy Roenick sweaters?
Because there's an actual name. There's an actual name for it or something like that. Anyways, put on the comments what it is. I don't remember what it is. I'm not gonna look it up. Anyways, they play really well. They 41-20 were the shots. They outchanced him, I think, by 15. No, but because John Gibson, just because he's 36, it's a goaltending number.
No, it's not. I beg to differ, but continue.
Remember how we said Arizona's supposed to be better this year?
Yes.
They finally look better. At least in that game they did. Or Anaheim looked awful, and John Gibson was worth $6 million. I don't know. We'll see how the season plays out. But that game in particular said, all right, if Arizona can play like that more often, they're going to beat more teams. Because you're not going to have John Gibson against you every night making 41 saves. That ain't going to happen. You're not going to lose a game 1-0 because the goaltender stands on his head one night.
I'm telling you right now.
You're going to go up, especially Arizona. You're going to get a backup.
Arizona.
You're going to get a backup against you, and you're going to put in 3 or 4.
They're going to swamp a team like Edmonton.
That's going to be an interesting game.
A team like
because if Cam
now
Talbot,
Calgary's iffy, but
Calgary's just I don't know what's going on with Calgary.
That's a game to watch. Arizona versus Calgary.
I think you should. There's no team should sleep right now. The Vancouver Carolina game. I was watching that before I turned on the Leafs game. Holy barn burners, Batman! Back and forth. Svechnikov scored. The Canucks scored. Kane scored. Canucks scored. Kane scored. And we'll talk about more than a second. But holy cow, it was just back and forth. Nobody had time to breathe in this game. And it's exciting. It's fun to watch. I like it. I like it a lot.
Talking about things that you like and I like. This is probably the only time we will ever say this. Marchand, you did a good thing. Mr. Brad Marchand,
you're right.
You did a good thing.
Brad Marchand scored the game-winning goal in the World Cup of Hockey in 2016. You're right. That's one thing he did really well.
Well, I was thinking about something that happened a little bit more recently.
Matthew scored again. Woo! Sorry.
Back down to earth.
You're right. I am elated.
Brad Marchand, or Marchand, excuse me.
Brad.
It's a francophone name. It's Brad Marchand.
He's from Nova Scotia.
It's a francophone name.
All right, we're gonna have to figure out we're gonna have to get some spray down here or something to get rid of these bugs, man.
It's getting colder. They're coming inside. You can see it with all the spiders, stink bugs, everything.
Oh, by the way, can we talk about how stink bugs really don't stink?
Yes, they do.
They smell like cilantro.
No, they don't.
To me, they do.
You have a problem.
I do have a problem. Thank you, Alex, for noticing. I'm glad.
No wonder your spice ratio is always off when you cook.
That's true.
Because you've got a problem.
I just throw in just everything. Pound of cayenne. Pound of chili powder. 3 cloves of garlic.
One thing I will say, you've never noticed this, but I'm going to point it out to you. You only use spices that you put in eggs. Yep.
I agree to disagree. I understand I have a very few set, but that's because when I was living at home, I only had a few. That's when I only had a couple. I didn't have some massive cabinet of every spice ever. I do understand. So I got used to the flavors of cumin, cayenne, garlic, salt and pepper, stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
And I have tried other things before. I've tried that coriander, of course. Of course, I've done coriander forever. What was another one? What's that orange spice? It starts with an N. I forget what it's called. But anyway,
the one that's good for your joints?
Yes.
I know what you're talking about.
But I've tried that a couple times. However, it gets on your hands.
Oh, it's good though.
It's good if it gets on your hands. But
they make cereal out of that stuff, like cornflakes, and it's good.
Well, it makes sense. Cornflakes, bran flakes. They're bland flakes.
No, they have a solid flavor too, and you serve them with
But
I don't know if it's cashews. No, I think it's almonds. Needless to say,
where are we going with this?
Brad Marchand.
Oh yes, Brad Marchand
smacked the holy heck out of Mr. Eller.
So
of the Washington Capitals.
The Washington Capitals had their opening night game. They had a banner, and the Boston Bruins apparently were there, but I didn't think they were until this happened because they were getting smoked. They were getting smoked 6-0. Lars Eller scored, and Lars Eller does his little hand wave as he goes, not just after he scores, but as he goes by the Boston bench. Now,
well, not to mention he was talking to him too.
Oh, he was
the ref had to push him to hey, go on the bench.
He was chirping him. He's chirping him, and I understand chirping, but when you're up 7-0,
you don't need to.
You stop. When our Davenport game this weekend, we go 8-1. Freshman scores a second goal as a Davenport Panther. He's kind of happy. Starts skating over the bench. Everyone just looks at him like, you're not coming over here. Get back to the face-off. Because that's what you do. You don't embarrass a team like that. It's stupid. And for some reason, the way it looked, Lars Eller didn't think he was going to get anything coming to him.
No.
And then Brad Marchand, who, let's be fair, Alex, he never drops the gloves. He'll do everything. Okay.
It's rare. I will give you that. Rare.
He'll do something else. And this is why I'm okay with it, because Brad Marchand, most of the time, he'll do something else, like an elbow, a knee, a stick to the midsection or the groin. But this time he just straight up dropped the gloves, which I'm not saying you jump the guy, so it's kind of iffy on you, but you stand up for your team. You don't let him do that, and guess what? Lars Eller had it coming to him, and guess what? I'm glad he got a good knock there by Marchand. That's stupid.
He deserved to get opened up.
You're up 7-0.
No blading needed.
I love Coach's Corner for years. John, can we keep these on the fights? Can we not show blood? Whatever. Just straight up screenshot of the blood going down Eller's face. Yeah, look at that.
Look at that right there.
Yeah, just straight up the blood just trickling down. It's the picture of it. And I'm like, not the video. They show the video of him punching him, obviously, but they shows just the picture of look at that. That's what
did he get. Did he give Marchand the thumbs up?
He just told him he did a good job. He did what he was supposed to do.
You did good. You did what you're supposed to do. But seriously, though.
It's pointless. So it's the stupidest thing in the game.
For those of you that are either listening and you participate in a beer league, or if you have kids that are growing up doing hockey and stuff, tell them this. If it's a blowout game. Now,
4 or 5. 4, that's 5. I think 5's a good point to kind of cool it down. 5-goal lead.
A multiple of 5 is a good. So let's say 5. If it's
4 goals, could be like
5-0. Yeah.
After that,
you just
keep playing. That's fine, but don't embarrass the team.
Right. You don't celebrate it.
Don't throw your stick up and you're like, "Woo! I got a hat trick." It's 9-0, dude. Stop.
If your teammate comes up to you to give you a fist bump, by all means,
Just
give it a little fast.
Don't do like a handshake, high five, windmill.
Exactly.
Austin Matthews, Hulk Hogan ear, stuff like that. Do something. Just relax. Bring it down a notch.
Well, Austin Matthews wasn't a Hulk Hogan ear. That was the building went quiet ear.
Well, it's okay. I'm saying though, but
You're telling me he scored again?
Austin Matthews, man.
Austin Matthews. Needless.
Austin Matthews is a leaf. We scored again.
Oh yeah, by the way,
Ron Hainsey scored.
what?
What?
What is this magic?
Timeout. We're watching the replay on this. Ron Hainsey scored a goal. Leafs are up by 2 in the second period. And if you divide 4 minutes left by 2, there's 2. And Ron Hainsey's number 2. Illuminati confirmed. All right, puck gets chipped in deep here. Good hard forecheck. That's Cappy getting in there. That's Lindholm jumping in there to help him out. Kapanen gets the puck, feeds it to the top point. And Ron Hainsey looks and, oh, that's a bad goal, Bishop. That's a bad goal. Right through the old wickets there, buddy. Go join the cricket club there, Big Shoots. You're going back down there. Hey, I'm just going to say this right now, Alex. Remember we talked...
Okay!
Hold on. Remember we talked about the Central Division, how Ben Bishop may not be the most reliable goaltender? That's
No,
why. That's why right there. That's why. I'm just saying.
Now, for those of you that are at home, that are Leafs fans, first of all, TV timeout. You're welcome for buying that shirt.
Yeah, you got it for me for Christmas last year.
Yeah, I did.
You bought an oversized box for this shirt, and you put my blocker in it for no reason.
Ron Hainsey is Jeff Hogan.
Jeff Hogan.
Now, he's sitting right here. Okay, I don't know if you can get this all the way on the camera, but he's just standing there, smiling on his dang business. Please don't pass it to me. Gets it passed right to him. Gets it. Looks at the net. Looks back at the puck. Makes sure he's got it on his stick.
Looks back at the net.
Shifts it a little bit. Looks back at the net. And then...
It was a floater. Just through the wickets. Oh. Hey, when you're Ron Hainsey, you get him where you get him.
He's probably sitting on that bench right now. I can't believe that went in.
I can't believe we scored.
Does that mean I get another $1 million on my contract next year?
Nope. Canes did beat the Canucks, by the way.
Yes! The Crusade!
And the Sharks are whipping on the Flyers. Big 6-1 now.
Hey, Bug, you know
Are we
that...
still talking about Marchand?
You know that Canes... You know that Canes Selly?
I hope they did.
We're going to the backboards, baby!
I hope they did.
Woo!
I hope they did it. I really hope they did it again.
I mean, hey. They are in Charlotte. Well, Raleigh. Charlotte.
Raleigh. It's Raleigh. Raleigh and Charlotte, 2 different spots, Alex.
Needless to say. Carolina.
Woo! Woo! Woo!
Wait for it. Jeff Fine. Stalin. And Profile.
Woo!
You know who? Hey. But you know who's saying woo? First ballot Hall of Famer, former Leafs legend Connor Carrick when he got hit from behind.
So, this one, Alex showed me.
My baby!
This was... Okay, so remember last
year...
more
like Steve Dangle.
Remember last year where like a few times where Dustin Byfuglien went straight up bouncer on players in the playoffs? We just straight up grabbed guys by the collarbone.
Pound for pound, the strongest man in the NHL.
Good Lord, these bugs are everywhere. So then was it this past Sunday?
Yes.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
I'm looking it up. I think it was Saturday.
It was this weekend. The Dallas Stars, who are currently playing the Toronto Maple Leafs as we speak,
Yep, it was Saturday.
played the Winnipeg Jets.
And they were kicking them up and down the ice.
Correct,
They
Mundo.
were playing, it was at the end of the first period.
Mundo, senorito.
So there was a whistling for a penalty.
There was a penalty.
Faxa had the puck. Or Fasca?
Faxa.
No, Fasca.
No, Faksa. Faxa.
I could have written that written wrong, Alex. Maybe I want to check that. He makes sure.
Needless to say,
He gets the puck in the corner, and Scheifele just at the whistle just kind of frustratingly hits him.
no, it was a solid second too. It's like, boom.
He kind of like, "Brr," and you can see it in this frustration in Scheifele's face. And then so it's got to be Fasco. Anyways, he retaliates, gets back at Scheifele, and then Connor Carrick jumps in because Connor Carrick probably came in from the blue line.
No, he was right down low.
Well, he only jumped down low to get in there and bumped it and try to hit Scheifele.
It was in Dallas's defensive zone.
So long story short, Carrick comes in to defend. Fasco gets after Scheifele. Dustin Byfuglien sees this. Hey, you're going after Scheifele, and then he goes on to bury Carrick into the third row.
Right, cross-checked him head first into the boards.
Carrick's playing tonight, miraculously. Like, I'm not kidding. When I saw this, I was like, "Oh my Lanta!" That's something I do to you and Chell because I can get away with it. No one gets hurt.
Now,
this was something. Here's the thing,
Brad Marchand thing.
You're telling me that, but here's the thing. I never heard the Leafs scored again. You haven't heard a peep for suspension. You didn't hear a peep for no repercussion from this whatsoever. Johnny Tavares scored. I didn't hear anything about this. You're the one that showed me this, and I was shocked. I was like, what do you mean? I'm like, would you show me the Byfuglien hit again? I would have heard something on NHL safety. Player Safety Association, whatever, they would have said something on Twitter and I would have saw it, but I didn't see anything about it.
Okay. Marchand got away with something. He did something that I agreed with.
You know what we need? We need one of those things they have in the kitchens, like the bug attractment things. We need a Venus flytrap too. Anyways,
needless to say,
I'm killing them all. I'm killing them all now. I got one.
You just need to throw the trash out, dude.
Think that's what it is?
Yes.
Okay, I'll do that tonight. Remind me after we're done recording. I'll do it.
So Marchand, you got away with them. Now, Dustin Byfuglien. This is.
I've heard
my soapbox right here. My soapbox.
Grabbing guys
uninterrupted. No commercial breaks.
Can I, before you go, I know what you're about to say. Grabbing guys, pulling them off players. That's okay. Continue.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I'm telling you right now.
Falling backwards.
I'm just telling. Byfuglien, you're a big dude. You got a lot of strength in those arms.
He's a big dude.
He is a righteous dude.
I think he's a righteous dude.
I think you're a great guy. I think you're a little bit overpaid.
He plays in the beauty league.
But I think you're a good player. Now, that being said, you can't just bully people like that. You do realize the reason why you're not suspended for like 2 to 5 games is because Connor Carrick did not get hurt.
That's true.
If Connor Carrick somehow like cranked his neck because you did cross-check him head first into the boards after the whistle was blown.
Because he just went whammy. Whammy.
Whammy.
Whammy.
Whammy.
Whammy.
Whammy.
Whammy.
Whammy.
Whammy.
Whammy.
Into the board.
Whammy. Whammy.
You're slowly turning into Mr. Penguin.
I'm slowly turning into Waluigi. Whammy.
Waluigi.
Waluigi. Needless to say, Byfuglien.
Calm her down. Bring her back.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Can you stop saying
Big Shoots Byfuglien.
That's not even the same. That's just not even close, Alex. Buffy the Vampire Slayer was a drama from the 90s. Byfuglien is a mean man from the now.
He's causing me drama, and my core temperature's around 90.
It should be about 98, 97.8, but...
Well, 96, somewhere around there.
Well, that should be checked out by the doctor.
That's fine. I'm a little...
And they scored.
That's okay.
We're going to get into something here in a second about all the scoring.
No, we're not. Well, about scoring,
yeah.
yes.
Not this.
Not this, no. Byfuglien.
Radulov.
Breathe with me. Into the nose, out through the mouth.
Into
the nose,
Alex,
out through the mouth.
Do you know Dustin Byfuglien?
Stop hurting former first belt Hall of Famer
Maple
Leaf Kurt.
I'm just saying, here's the thing. Byfuglien, guarantee you, knowing him and his kind of, I don't say lackadaisical mood, I guarantee you he's already forgotten about it. I guarantee he has. Give me a second. I gotta stand up. Oh. Stretch the legs out.
About it? Nah. I don't think you forgot about it. I think personally, Dustin Byfuglien, he's going to get questioned on it for a little bit. Glory hound.
Well, I don't know if he... we'll see.
From the media, at least. Like...
He probably said, "What was that all about?"
They're going to talk about it for a couple days, asking him
someone
questions,
probably asked
especially
him,
after like morning skate.
Someone's probably asked him, and he said, "Well, I was defending my star player."
Well, I was in there, somebody went after Sheffley, and I looked at him like, "Oh, you're going after my player." I got my stick in my hands. I just grabbed it, and I just did a whammy.
I just decided to almost end your life.
Yeah, just barely.
All right. Yeah.
Thankfully, the glass was there. Didn't go through the row.
He would have gone in the concessions if the glass was.
He would have gone yard.
He would have gone yard.
Nuclear bomb.
He would have gone down to Houston. That's how far he would have gone. He would have gone back to the American League, an American League team that doesn't even exist anymore. That's how. The Arrows, they don't exist anymore. Houston Arrows.
Aren't they an ECHL team?
No. You're thinking of I don't know who you're thinking of.
Oh, I'm thinking of the Norfolk Admiral. Excuse me. Sorry.
Oh, I
with
think
their
old
logo.
American League teams. Gotcha.
Yes.
Okay. So, yeah. So that was. So this week's been really interesting, and one of the things has been really interesting about it.
Hot suey.
High scoring. It's already 5.
Ooh, that's a
hot suey high scoring.
That's a title.
Thank you.
That's a title.
Thank you. I'll give you an underhand fist bump for that one.
That's pretty fruity. You stop right there.
Yeah, thank you very much.
What the? Okay. Okay. Just let's continue.
So for today, for example, we're just gonna go with today. It's already. Oh gosh, I lost the score sheet. Crap. I gotta reload the page. Make sure I have it right. 7-1. Oh my gosh, 7-1 Sharks now over the Flyers. Leafs and Stars are 5-3. Carolina beat Vancouver 5-3. Everyone's like, oh, there's all this influx of scoring. It must be the chest protectors and the goal equipment finally shrinking down. And oh my goodness, Lordy.
Keep talking.
We're going to disinfect this whole room. Yesterday, Boston beats Ottawa 6-3. Sunday, Toronto beat Chicago 7-6 in overtime. Pittsburgh beat the Caps 7-6 the second night of the season. 8-5, Carolina beat the Rangers in the game that they started that celebration thing.
Canes!
What's going on? Where's all this scoring coming from? Oh, man, it must be all good. No. Let me tell you.
Coming from hockey sticks, Ty.
Oh, you're right. It's coming from hockey sticks, from hockey players. You guys remember last year when the Leafs beat the Rangers 8-5? And when they beat Winnipeg 7-2 on opening night?
Frogs and locusts! Quote from Steve Dangle, by the way.
Pretty much saying, so this has happened before. And I can tell you right now, it ain't going to last.
There's no structure on the ice, boys.
Well, let me explain. And I know you got that from Steve Dangle. Trust me.
Oh no,
So
I see what I see. I hear what I hear.
So I'm actually writing an article about this. By the way, I'm writing an article about this. My blog.
You're writing again?
I'm gonna try to start. I'm gonna try to do more. You want to know the last article I wrote?
Wasn't that the Olympics?
Nope, the week before free agency. Because y'all know I know my picture is Giant Tavares in a sweater.
And the link is right here.
Which one you point to? Sorry, can you point at it again?
Right there.
There. Wait, down to your side.
Oh yeah, my side. Actually, no. Let's put it on your side.
No. We can't put it there. No, get it off.
Oh, fine.
We gotta move to the other side.
Okay.
We gotta keep it there. Keep it there because we can't cover up the hashtag.
You know what? I'm gonna put it over your face.
You can't do that, Alex.
Too late. I did it.
You can't.
I did it again. Push it a little bit to the left.
We're confusing everyone right now that's listening on SoundCloud and Google Play and iTunes.
If you are confused, by all means, you can watch us on YouTube.
And then you'll see what the
heck's follow us and subscribe. Give us a like on all the videos that you watch. And comment on this and tell us all the things you got. The Keel Podcast.
So, anyways, my Hold the Pucks blog.
Right here.
Hold the Pucks. So, pretty much...
You have fun editing that, by the way.
I hate you. I have tried to put Byfuglien smashing Carrick's face into the glass.
Whammy! There's another one. That's a meme.
Stop it.
Okay. Wait, what were you going to say?
I'm going to talk about what we want to talk about.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
whammy!
Stop it! I'm trying to talk over here.
Okay,
Been
fine.
a long day. You wanted to get this show done by 10:30.
No, okay,
We're gonna be here till
I'll let you talk.
We're gonna be here till 3:00 next week if you don't.
I'll let you talk.
So I'm watching you. So during the summer, I can't do this. I know you're gonna do it here. You're gonna do it halfway through the middle of it. You're just gonna yell it. I know it's gonna happen.
Nope.
Okay. So everyone's talking about all this great high scoring. I'm blocking you out so I don't look at you. All this high scoring is going on right now. And everyone's like, how is this happening? Is it finally the NHL? Now, granted, since the last time the NHL took a dip in scoring per team was 2016, that was back, it was down to 2.71. Since then, 2 years ago, it went up to 2.77 goals per game per team. And then it went up to 2.97 last year. It's currently at 3.16 heading into tonight. Now, that can obviously change with all these goals being scored. Heck, it'll probably go up. Now, with that said, it's probably it's not going to last. What happens is when I was skating with pro players, one of the big thing we really worked on. By the way, it's 8-1 San Jose now. Good golly. What happened was it was a lot of skill drills, a lot of shooting, a lot of stick handling, a lot of puck moving. Pretty much the basic as individual skills, if you will.
Yeah.
We did play some scrimmages or whatever and 3-on-3 stuff, but it was all skill stuff. There was almost no defense. There was no physicality. We did breakout drills. We did regrouping drills so you kind of get your lanes when you're going in. But defensively speaking, you don't do a whole lot.
No, it was just a bunch of, like...
Free flowing,
just a bunch of offensive players just taking the puck, winding up, going, whammy! There it is! Now I'm done.
So I'm pretty much going willy-nilly offensively on my poor soul, by the way.
You watch where you put that W-I-L-L-Y, sir. That might be another trip to Timmy's. I don't...
No, I'm talking about going willy-nilly. Not Willie Nylander.
That's another 3 right there! Down to 1.
Anyways, so pretty much what happens, like players come in, they're not tired, they're in shape, they work out. I trained with these guys too. I didn't just skate with them, I trained with them. You work out and you build this abnormal amount of muscle and you can run for miles and sprint faster than anything else. And you have all the energy in the world going into the season. You're ready to go. You're at full cylinders for the first month and a half. And then guess what happens?
You hit the wall.
You hit the wall. Your fatigue gets in and you learn to grind. It turns into a grind. And don't forget, a lot of these guys, some players train for like a month after the season, but a lot of guys only start training in July.
Yeah.
And that's just how amazing of athletes these players are. They can go from July to August and then be in manic shape like that. Now, like I said, a lot of guys that do the Gary Roberts stuff, they start in like June or whatever. Unless you're winning the Stanley Cup Finals. In that case, you probably don't. So when you go in that month and a half and you get to that point where you realize, oh, I'm tired, I have to change the play. It happened to everyone. No, you can't go at a 10-goal game pace.
Right.
You're not going to score. Sorry, you're not going to score 10. You're not going to have 10 goals scored in a game because you want to know why? Defensively, by that point, if you're not working on your defense by then, you're a horrible coach. So you'll be by December in the new year, defensively speaking, you're going to be as best as you're going to get. So you'll be able to make sure that they don't allow plays, and you'll be able to work on systematic things more better. You're more better. Good Lord, and I'm supposed to be writing this too. My grammar's my English is just bad, just horrible.
It's
just bad.
It's honestly it's a miracle that you have a job, dude.
I know I get a job with a mic in front of my face.
I know.
Man, it's almost
you should be thankful I'm letting you speak right now.
It's almost like we should be getting paid for this then. That's the email, by the way, below. The KeelBrothers@gmail.com if you want to sponsor the show. We haven't done enough of that.
Why don't we just open up a Patreon?
Patreon?
Yeah.
What?
It's like people can donate money.
No, I don't do GoFundMe. Heck that. No.
It's not a GoFundMe. It's a Patreon.
It's the same thing as a GoFundMe.
No, it's not.
I'm not doing it.
GoFundMe is for like one single purpose.
Yes, that is a single purpose.
Patreon.
Help us!
Help me!
Sponsor the Keel Podcast GoFundMe page. It's literally just going to be, can you please give us money? That's really... No, we're not...
Help me help
You're right. We're just gonna say people's names that give us money, and no, we're not gonna do it.
Yeah,
but so
we can do that.
Back to where I was going with this. All this high scoring happens, but then eventually, like you said, you wear out and you realize you can't be going full speed for the entire season. You learn to play the game. Now, when I say that, I'm not saying learn how to play hockey, because these guys always know what they're doing. You learn how to play the game. By the game, I mean going through an entire season and learning what to do to survive and win. You learn that you can't go full speed the entire time. You learn that you have to play defense. You learn what the tricks to do. That's why you see teams in the Stanley Cup Finals. They do a lot of things that you could probably not get away with in regular life.
No.
You can almost get away with it because you want to know why? They know what they need to do to win. You learn to do that, and obviously, like I said, fatigue sets in, so the scoring will go down. And now when anyone's about to say, well, if everyone's in shape at the top of their game, Tyler, how come the goaltenders aren't good? It's an all-star game.
Yeah.
It's
the first week.
Put Carey Price in his best game he ever played in against an all-star type format, and guess what? He's still getting put 5 against him. I'm just saying. Like, that's the way it is.
Some are going to go by you.
Like, I'll be honest. There were some days when we were skating where I was stopping everyone. I thought I was the best goaltender in the world. I almost had something else. Big save there. Windmill.
Yeah. This is my strong here. Yeah.
Hey, tomorrow's Wednesday. Windmill Wednesday. That's pretty much have to listen to it. Anyways, but then the next day I'll go out there.
Stop right there.
Next day I'll allow every other shot that goes in because the guys are just that good. Players are just that good, especially in practice. And then when come games, you can be ready to go. You can be in the best shape of your life. And guess what? Your defense will not be there, and you'll be left with 3-on-1, 3-on-1, 2-on-1, 3-on-2, 3-on-1. Screenshots, whole 9 yards, can't see anything, goes in the net. 8-5, 6-5, 7-5 games, that's how they happen. Because every player on the ice is skilled, and there's no idea what they're doing. That's literally what happens for 60 minutes for the first 2 months of the season. By American Thanksgiving, it's figured out.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing because when you're sitting there, you're talking about like all the how many goals go past you. It kind of reminded me of a Johnny Cash song, "One Piece at a Time." You know that song? It's a song where he goes and he works for Cadillac, and he devises a plan of stealing a Cadillac one piece at a time, and then he was like, this is not a 61 automobile. This is a it's a 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 78 automobile. It's 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 89, automobile.
You know what's funny? There was because a couple of guys that work with at Cabela's, they actually, a lot of guys, they'll tell me stories a guy had half a car built before he got fired. It was close.
Oh yeah, no, that was the thing.
Yeah, you did that because there was so much production going on for that kind of stuff that you could.
Because it was one piece at a time, and it didn't cost me a dime. All right, I'm done.
Yeah, you ain't Johnny Cash. You ain't no Johnny Cash. It's okay. But long story short with this, I don't. If you think this high scoring is going to keep going, eventually, yes. Now, granted, you know what's okay. I'm gonna turn to. I don't say a side rant here, but just let me go here. Everyone's talking about after the lockout, they want more scoring.
That's enough of that.
They want more scoring. They want more scoring. Look at the 90s. Teams were averaging over 3 goals a game then. Let alone the 80s. The 80s was just rambunctious, fire everything at the goaltender type deal. Fire everything. And the goaltenders learned to make bigger pads and they started to stop pucks. But still, teams I think the year before the lockout, I think was the lowest it had. It was 2.45 goals on average scored per game. Per team. However, before that, it was still 2.6, 2.7, pretty much what it was up until a couple years ago.
Yeah.
So they thought it was the goaltending equipment. No, the goaltenders got better. They learned that it's not just get in there and hopefully make a save. There's a skill to being a goaltender.
Yeah.
There's no such thing longer as the goaltender can just sit there. You can't just get in there and be big and block a shot. No, you need to be an athlete. An athlete with an extra E in there. You need to be, you have to be so good that you add an extra vowel to that.
Yeah, well, I mean, you just look at these I
thought I was
obviously with the goalie pads, they look bigger on TV and stuff, but once you take those pads off, they're skinny dudes.
Some are pretty strong.
Okay, they're strong, but
like Miller and Fleury, yeah, those guys are scrawny. They're small. They're skinnier than you are.
They are tight.
They're fit, they're athletic, they're flexible, they're strong, they're fast, they're quick. And everyone's saying, how can we improve scoring? How can we improve scoring?
Literally,
have the players get better.
Literally, these goalies, I would relate them to Formula One cars, where
I got him. Nope, I didn't.
We have a problem. Needless to say,
ADDs.
these goalies are most related to Formula One cars.
They learn
every ounce that they don't need of weight on their body, it's gone.
Which is why, Alex, it's kind of funny when they made the restrictions on the goalie pads. Remember a couple years ago it was the pants, the streamlined pants. And Vasilevsky actually did.
And then it became the
chest protector was just this year.
And even before that, it was the big block pads.
Well, of course, yeah. After the lockout, right? The 12-inch, the pads got narrowed after the year of the shortage. The work stoppage. Sorry. It's a game of. It's started, like I said, the goaltending coaching has so evolved since I was a kid. It wasn't just like, oh, there's a goaltending school, you go there once a year and that's good. No, there's goaltending. There's your coach, there's your advisor, and I think there's another one. I don't remember the title of it. You have
Your nutritionist?
No, I'm talking about like goaltending coaches. There's like goaltending. There's like you have 3 goaltending specialists on a team right now in the NHL. There's so much. Yeah. There's so much right now. And Boston's going to beat New York Yankees. Sorry, ADD. But there's so much now that involves getting the goaltenders better. The fact that you made it lighter makes the goaltenders faster. And the goaltenders are going to learn how to play with smaller pads. You could make the goaltending pads the same size as George Vezina, the way he used to wear them back in the day. I know, let me go. And guess what? You'll still see scoring at about 5 goals a game total for both teams. Because goaltenders will learn how to play. They'll learn how to do it. And teams will learn how to be defensively. It's an evolving game. You can keep trying to change it, but it will not change. It will not. It'll keep. The goaltenders will get better. The players will get better. The players will learn how to score and beat the goaltenders. The goaltenders will learn how to stop the players. It's an ongoing cycle. It'll never stop, which is awesome for the game. I love it. It's probably the best thing for the game. Yep, they did it again, Alex. They did it again. Yep. Canes did it again. They did the Selly again. Sorry.
Let's go!
We got TSN going on back here. They're showing the
Canes! The Crusade!
But I'm excited to see.
McElhaney's a Hurricane!
He did allow a couple of weak ones there.
That's fine. They won.
But I'm excited to see what the NHL is going to do next. Because guess what's going to happen? You're going to see a lot of 3-2, 2-1, 4-1, 4-3 games at the end of the season. And everyone's going to go, what? How? I thought we had it. I thought we had it fixed where we were going to be 5 goals per team a game, 10-goal games, 80s hockey all over again. Nope. It's going to turn into a game. You're going to get high scoring, but then the goaltenders are going to learn. Defense is going to learn. Scoring's going to go up, but the goaltenders are going to evolve. That's how it's going to be.
It happens every season, even if you don't change the pads or anything.
Well, that's why, like, when Patrick Waugh came in with the butterfly style and John Sebastian Jaguar came in with the big chest protector and all that stuff and made the pads bigger, goaltenders learn how to stop the puck.
Beezer?
No, Beezer was... He
didn't do anything, like, especially different, but he was just... If you go...
I would say Patrick Waugh...
You've watched him more than me, but if you go back and you look at him stop...
His gloves were big, yeah, but that was... You can have big gloves.
He's just... He adapted to every situation
he was so athletic, too. Him and Mike Richter both. They were so similar goaltenders, and that's what made him so good.
And honestly, they were the extreme athletes before being...
They were the athletes of their time, the athletic goaltenders of their time.
Right, they were athletic goaltenders before being an athletic goaltender was cool, dude.
Even Roger Vachon was another one. I'm trying to think, like, I'm thinking of, like, there's, like, the way goaltenders evolve. It's so weird. Like, you see the first big thing. First, the goaltenders learned to go down a little bit back in the early days. Because remember, you used to not be able to go down as a penalty. They allowed them to go down, make a few more saves. All right, what's next? Okay, make the pads a little bit wider. Okay, there you go. Put a mask on so you're more willing to go down in the butterfly to stop the low shots. Okay, there you go. Guys are raising the puck. Okay, get a bigger chest protector, more pads. All right, they're starting to shoot a little hard. Maybe we have to
get a mask.
Get a little bit thinner. Yeah, get a better mask, obviously. All right, well, they're scoring a little bit more. Maybe we got to be a little more athletic. Okay, maybe get bigger pads.
Let's get some kicks out there.
Get bigger pads. Oh, he wants to make... Okay, all right, we're good. We're stopping pucks, and they want us to shorten the pads. Okay, let's shrink the pads down. Okay, well, we got to get a little more athletic. We got to learn how to play a little bit better. Maybe buff the chest protector. But that's fine. Everything's fine. Oh, they want us to streamline the pants? Okay, we'll just be more flexible. Got more leg room. Okay. Make chest protector smaller? Okay, gives me more room to move my arms. Goaltenders are learning. We're not stupid!
Yeah,
We take pucks to the head all the time, don't get me wrong, but we learn, we adapt to the game.
And that's why Pittsburgh's in trouble, so...
That's why I'm sitting here at this table today.
And you're not... Well, that and other things. But.
There's many other things for that. Yeah, you're right. I was going to be a Fed League goaltender at best, you're right. I would have had fun doing it, don't get me wrong. I would have lived for free, paid a couple $100 a week.
You never would have gotten married.
Oh, no, not as soon as it's seeming right now, but yeah, it probably would take me a lot longer.
Well, I'm just saying, your prospective wife would probably...
Will you stop playing this stupid game and get a job?
My parents think you're crazy. Thinking playing this
You're
game?
living out in the woods in a shed playing hockey. What is this?
No, I lived in a field and there were trees around my house. I did not live in the woods.
Okay, you lived in the middle of nowhere relative to Lucknow, Ontario, which is the middle of... So you were in the middle of nowhere, in the middle of nowhere. How does that make you feel?
I was in the middle of nowhere squared. Speaking of squared. I got him. Not letting me go.
No, you didn't.
Son of a nutcracker. Someone texted me. I don't know, maybe Kelly's going to bed.
So 7 games where if there have been more than 8 goals.
It ain't going to last.
Well, no. It happens every season. All the goalies, they come back and they're getting practices with their team and stuff, but after a while, they figure out your teammates' shots. That's
you
simple.
figure it out.
Like if you're Mr. Bishop or whatever, you probably make more saves in practices than you do in games.
Well, that's why.
Because you're like, oh, Sagan goes top cheese all the time. I'm just gonna put my glove right here and it's gonna go in there.
Well, that's why.
It's basically recreating the scene from Sandlot. It's just please catch it. Please catch it.
Why do you think, Alex? Some goaltenders, Leaf goaltenders in the past in particular that we know of, that play better when there's more shots. Because, like in practice, you're getting shots all the time. You're getting 50, 60 shots an hour of practice. So when you get into a game and you only get 25 shots, one shot like every 5 minutes or 3 or 4 minutes, you kind of play a little sluggish. Because you're so used to getting shots all the time.
I could say this from a lacrosse perspective because I played goalie for lacrosse specifically.
You're an honorary member of the goaltending union. You're in the special ed group.
I'm an honorary goalie member of the union.
You are in the separate wing that we hide from.
Yeah.
You're like the Coast Guard of the military.
I'll take it. I get to go festivals. Yeah. I get to have fun.
You get to be there.
I don't need to go overseas. I'll just stay here. Don't mind me, guys. I'm just going to go in my boat.
You guys are doing terrific. Keep it up.
I got my boat.
I'm on a boat, man.
I got my boat, my dog. I'm pretty good.
We're good.
But needless to say, like, when you're doing drills, all practice, and these players need to take shots on net, you're going to be the one in net. You're like, all right, one shot, one shot, one shot. And it's not that you're playing.
Is that kind of breathing you do? One shot. Like you're doing a little Maz.
Well, yeah. Whenever I would save something, when the ball was coming at me, I would hold my breath, and when I caught it, I would exhale.
It's funny. Whenever I play goal, I never realized I'd breathing until like the end of the period. I'm like, oh, did I breathe the entire 20 minutes?
Exactly, because you hold your breath sometimes. It just happens.
I just don't think I breathe.
It's the same thing for people that
unconscious breathing.
Yeah, it's the same thing of like weightlifters. Sometimes when you have to put so much strain into muscles or whatever, you sometimes just don't breathe.
Well, that's why you're supposed to. But that's
you're supposed to. But sometimes
it's unconscious. Like if you're at home, if you're listening to us right now or watching us, when was the last time you remember taking a breath?
Yeah.
Let's be honest. I mean, like it's so funny. We're going way off topic, but I'm so interested by this.
But yeah, people have done studies on this. Like you could go online right now and you could.
People can go 3 hours if you're not like you can go the entire day. If you're just like consciously like working, you don't think you're breathing.
No, you're too busy doing other stuff.
I gotta go. Oh man, are you taking Psych 101?
Eventually.
All right, if you take it with Don, let me know because I want to sit down on those classes again. Because Don, there's so much I learned from him that.
But
I
needless
want
to say,
again.
and also when you're paying attention to your breathing, you actually do breathe heavier. Like every other time of the day,
you're I'm breathing so heavy. I'm like, because you're thinking about it.
Exactly. But going back into this shot, it's not the
going back to what we were talking about 10 minutes ago. All right,
back into hockey / goalie / whatever.
We're on the board here, as you can see. We were talking about this. We got over here, and this thing we're off the board.
Tyler, board's right here.
Board's over here.
Okay.
That's a flag.
Do you have a flag?
Do you have a flag?
Yeah, it's right here.
Yes, we have a flag.
But needless to say, it's not that you're playing sluggishly, or it's that you're more sluggish when you face less shots. When you're facing an enormous amount of shots, you build a cadence to it. And especially when you're getting shots at different times and they're not like directly like you're getting a shot every minute or you're not getting a shot every 30 seconds or whatever, it's just a little bit less comfortable.
Right.
And that's what separates really the most elite goalies to fringe starters to backups to fringe backups to AHL starters to fringe AHL starters again, all the way down to former Fed.
That's why Marty Brodeur is one of the best. I'm not saying the best. I will never say Marty Brodeur is the best goaltender in the world.
Fun fact.
No, hold on.
Marty Brodeur can clap 60 beats per minute whenever he wants. Fun fact. When I found that out, I flipped my script, okay?
What's he doing? Just clapping?
Like, he just knows how to do it. Like, he builds his own cadence. That's why I'm saying cadence
like a mental game. I thought you were talking about sit there in the press box like whenever they score a goal, he just claps like that until.
No, like in the goalie world, it's super.
You want to get into a rhythm, yes.
You want to get into a rhythm. You have to have a cadence. And there was a story that he did, and he was doing an interview, and he's like, yeah, there was times when we were having blowout games, I would just like look up at the clock and see how I was doing.
Just tick.
Just tick. 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 Yeah, I'm doing pretty good.
John Klingberg.
So that's just something that, as an elite goaltender, he figured out. Like, instead of my cadence being my shot being every 30 seconds, my cadence is going to be every second, and then the shots come in as it goes.
Yeah.
So he was expecting a shot every single second.
Yeah, that's why he keeps.
So when he does get a shot, he's already ready.
That's what's so impressive about him is like he only got like 16 shots a game. The way the Jacques Lemaire teams were the 1-3-1 trap, the 1-4, the trap. And
pucks barely got to the net.
Well, Kenny Dryden back in the 70s for the Habs when he only got like 20 shots a game. That's why like whenever I tell him like that's how it is for goaltending. When we beat Clinton up in Lucknow, the best team in the league. I know I go back to the story all the time. It's really stupid. We get outshot senior league. This is up in Lucknow.
Oh,
We get outshot 62-24. We win in a shootout 4-3. Best game I ever played. The next week, we go up against Shallow Lake. Team worse than we are. I get 25 shots against. I allow 5 goals. It's just it's a weird mental thing. I remember not getting a shot for the first 5 minutes. It's the most awkward thing ever. I literally felt like after that first 5 minutes when I didn't get a shot, I'm like, this is not good. Because it's a mental thing.
Yeah, well, I
I know exactly what you're saying. It's a strict mental thing. If you can stay mentally sharp for those entire, it is only what the elite goaltenders can do.
Right. Well, one thing that I did especially, because ADHD, you
used to like play guitar with your lacrosse stick and sit there like you're a model, and you used to do really dumb stuff.
I had to try to like entertain myself when the ball was in the other side of the field or whatever. But especially when
they're challenging, by the way. I think they're in a
goal. But needless to say, one thing I also would do is I would just like, because as a percussionist or whatever, you just think of like rhythms. So I would breathe out rhythms like.
I'm interested on this call.
So like kind of just sticking to that rudiment kind of thing.
And good goal. Okay, that's fine. I'm okay.
Well, that was a good goal and a good episode.
Oh yeah, we should probably wrap it up because we just went on this random tangent. We were talking about high scoring, and it ain't gonna last.
Yeah, hot suites and hot scoring.
Speaking of not lasting, neither will this episode if we keep talking.
Yep. You got anything else?
Make sure you follow us on @TheCool Podcast. That's how you'll get all this information on where.
Right here.
You got to start pointing to corners, man. You're pointing right in the middle. There you go. Okay. There we go. And then if you want, you can follow us up on your top up right above Alex here for his Twitter. And then you can follow me on my Twitter here. And be sure to use, when you're talking about this, use hashtag TKP.
Bing, 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 because it's in the corner all the time.
Which corner are we going here?
The bottom left.
Or we're going to this one? Okay.
No, not that one. The bottom left. Their bottom left, not our bottom left.
Oh, so no, that's where my Twitter is.
No.
My Twitter's still here.
No, your Twitter... No, fine, I'm moving it.
Oh, okay, put my Twitter up there. That's fine. So we're moving it down here. So this is hashtag...
Hashtag TKP. That's where it always is. Or hashtag the Keel Podcast. Bing, bing, bing. Okay, so, just to make sure...
This is a horrible editing job.
This is up here. That's you. That's me. That's the YouTube, and that's the hashtag.
Oh, boy. Oh, so and also in my article, please be sure to go to holdthepucks.wordpress.com. I'm pointing down there. I hate you.
Hey, I'm not
So
the one
the
that
video
has...
doesn't... So this episode's taken on a Tuesday. If it doesn't show up until Thursday, I'm sorry.
It's called editing.
It's called editing, people. Takes a little bit. Because I'll be honest, after this, I'm probably going to upload the audio, probably watch the rest of the Leafs game, and go to bed. Because I'll probably do the video tomorrow.
It's getting late.
Thursday is going to be a long day because I got a game. I'm actually going to play Thursday night. Play some Thursday night. Or, well, it's 6 o'clock. It's not awful.
Yeah.
And Friday, I got 2 games. And Saturday, we got birthday with Dan.
Yay.
We got... we're going to
Wait,
Big
what
E's-
day?
Saturday.
Okay, I'm just making sure.
Yeah, his birthday's on Saturday.
I'm just making sure.
By the way, since we're paying for his dinner, we have to worry about getting him a gift this year.
I'm not paying for his dinner. I'm broke.
Okay, fine. You'll have to...
And he's not going to let you pay for his dinner.
Oh, I already had an argument with him about it. I'm paying for it.
Okay, fine.
When the check comes, you're going to grab
By
his
the way,
arms.
I'm riding home with you.
I know.
He's going to pick me up there.
I know.
So,
Well, it's a little bit longer than we expected,
yep.
but it's okay. I think it was a good one. Season's underway.
Solid episode.
Solid. It wasn't good. It was solid.
Thank you
solid. That's a gas. Still not a science guy.
Oh my goodness. Thank you so much for listening.
I'm watching that. It's a gas.
Can I do the outro or not?
It's a gas.
Thank you so much for listening or for watching if you are watching us on YouTube at The Keel Podcast. Make sure to follow us on all the social medias like we've said. Make sure to tune in and get into the discussion with the hashtag TKP. For Tyler Keel, I am Alex. We will see you next time. And since you're editing this video, whammy! Whammy! It's a gas! Whammy! 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 We'll see you next time.
It's a gas.
Whammy!